Mitch Ellerman ready to face off here.
Mitch wins the leg.
I'm Gennaro Vasquez, joined by Brett Baker in the booth. This is a race to 7 alternate break format.
I believe this is a 5th, 6th place match. The winner of this match will play Vinny Calabrese, who defeated Sean Wilkie in our last 5th, 6th match, just before this one.
Been some great action so far.
We've had some good matches today. Well, as I remember, Mitch had a little trouble with the break yesterday. Let's see what...
Does not pocket a ball.
Comes up dry on his first one. But he has not left a good shot on the one.
I'm not even sure he can hit the one clean, to be honest. But even if he can do that, well, I don't know.
I got a feeling he'll kick in to the top rail. And
yeah, there's a chance. I mean, he could play the 2-ball, come off the rail, and come off the 1.
But where's the 1 going?
Well, yeah.
You're going to have to shoot
Correct.
it next.
It's going to go up somewhere between the 10 and the 8 probably if he would do that. Probably more toward the 10. But
put it this way, I'd rather have Jason Klatt shooting this shot than me.
Well, these guys don't exactly wing balls too often. So
no, they don't.
I think he called a ball there. I'm
if he
going
called
to guess
a
the
ball,
2-ball
it's got to be
it's
the
not
2.
the 1 ball would not go.
No, the 2's the only.
So
ball.
Squeeze it off the rail, off the 1 into the 2. Yep.
And he got the cue ball and the 1 ball out of there. He may.
Does the 1 ball?
I don't
Boy,
believe it.
That is a.
I don't believe it does.
Well, we'll know in a minute here.
If it passes, he'll shoot it between the 10 and the 9. But if it doesn't,
there can't be a lot of space there. If there's space, there can't be a lot of space there.
I usually try to read my opponent. I was trying to read his face, and Jason may have played poker before because he's not.
Yeah, he's not giving up too much here, is he? He's lining up on it. I haven't heard him call anything other than
right,
the 1,
so it must pass. Yeah,
oof.
Really clipped the 10.
Well, that was a weird shot because you kind of cutting, trying to cut it between those balls and maybe half pocket. A certainly makeable shot for these guys, but it was not necessarily that easy.
Oh, Mitch jaws the 1. Well, this is a little bit of a staggering out of the gates here.
I see a kick shot in the near future. 1 rail, maybe he'll go to that 2nd rail on this bottom rail to pocket it. That would be my guess. He's going to try to do that. Whatever is the case, he wants to kind of get back out to the middle of the table, at least for the 3-ball. Oh, wow.
Well, he missed the entire ball.
Yeah, he did.
So
Well,
that's going to give Mitch ball in hand, which I think he's just glad to be back at the table.
Now this looks like a very, very clear table.
Yeah, they separated all the problems.
Six ball's a little funny, but he got a nice angle. He can just
he'll just roll to the rail.
Yeah, and just play it down into the opposite corner here.
Thing is, he needs to get back over on the other side of the table for the 7 because it doesn't go by the 9.
Yeah, and from here, it doesn't really look like he can go to the rail and then back out again. Once he shoots the 6, he's going to have to get an angle.
Well, he wanted that cue ball right against the rail. That gives him a little bit of an angle.
He's going to draw back down to this bottom rail. Oh,
he was able to stun it over. Boy, he had every
How good did he
bit
hit
of,
that one?
yeah. He needed every bit of. That's why I said
Yeah,
he
he
wanted
did.
that cue ball right on the rail.
Well, there was not much space there. Took a look at that. There was maybe an inch of
Yeah.
space between that and the side pocket. But he certainly found a way to negotiate that well. So maybe some of the initial troubles that both players started out, that's out of the way now, and we're going to see how the rest of this match plays out.
All right, so Mitch draws first blood, takes a 1-0 lead, and Jason will be breaking.
Well, you saw the Fargo rate. It started off at 59% to 41% that Jason was projected at the beginning of the match based on the Fargo rating. Not a lot of difference between their ratings and the Fargo ratings.
No, they're pretty evenly matched, a 746 and a 738. I was surprised the percentages were as high as they were in Jason's favor.
And I mean, let's face it, when you're as good as these guys are with that small, that's a pretty narrow margin.
Yes,
it's a
it
very
is.
narrow
With
margin.
8 points when you're both over 700, I would have called it pretty much 50-50.
That might be like one more ball over a matter of several racks or something.
If somebody wanted a sweat bet on this match, I'd say, okay, who's been playing the most pool? Who's the hottest right now?
Well, Jason's been using that control break where he's stopping the cue ball in the middle of the table, generally with great success. The 2 ball got a little funny here on him. The 2 and the 4.
Jason plays really good bar table pool. He's done really well here in the 8-ball division numerous times.
Well, he's got position on the 1. I don't really think he can do too much to try to break out the 2-ball at all. Probably have to either play a safety here or play some kind of safety off of the 2. That's a funny angle to try to do something with.
Yeah, I would. If it was me, I'd almost put the 1. Oh, he tried to break him out.
Yeah, he tried.
I probably would have just banked the 1 over and tried to get it in between the 4 and the rail, or, the 2 and the 4.
Well, he can definitely hit the edge of the 2. He can definitely hit the edge of the 2, but again, he's hitting it so slight that I'm not sure there's a lot he's going to be able to do. And the cue ball, I don't think there's a scratch on here. Based on, we're able to kind of look out the window and see the angle, and I don't think there's a scratch on here. That's not what he's having to worry about. I think he wants to be very careful he does not open up that 2-ball too much. Jason Klatt trying to even things up. And he's just going to take an intentional foul here.
Tie up the 3 and the 9.
Now that 3-ball is accessible, provided you could somehow make the 2-ball first, which as of this moment does not seem to be. And the 2-4 combo is not on, so I think we're going to see some kind of touch safety here. And remember, there is a 3-foul rule here. So somehow, if Jason cannot get legal hit, he'd be on 2. Well, it's sitting in a way that I don't think he can. I don't think he can even go rail first and get that 2-ball. That is a tough spot. And the thing is, if you look at it this way, if somehow Mitch got ball in hand, he could probably almost play exactly the same safety again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
sitting
what.
in such a way that he has to go down table and back up or something. There's no way he's
I
going to be
don't
able to,
see.
unless he takes an intentional. If he's going for a hit here, I would definitely think a referee would be warranted for this situation.
Well, here we go. He's going to come down.
All right, well, that's 2.
Yeah, he's on 2 now, and he's not going to like the shot. I think there's room that he could.
Not sure exactly. He's going to
I
try to
think he
freeze him
can.
up real hard. Come
Yeah,
off
just
the rail and
freeze
put
him
him
on the
right on that
4,
4. Yeah.
just like.
I,
He didn't quite get there.
I don't think he can hit it. He might have to spin it around.
Yeah, I don't
Load
know
it
if he
up
can
with some.
masse around.
No, I think he can hit it with some running English and come off the rail and catch it. I know Mitch was not happy.
No, he wanted
with
to
the
freeze
result.
it to the 4, and
For sure. He wanted to come off that rail and nudge right back against the 4 again. Jason can come off the rail, spin it off the rail. Just
There
like
we
that.
go.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
wow.
Oh, how did that work out?
So not only did he get himself off of 2 fouls, but he's hooked Mitch. Now Mitch is really not happy that he didn't freeze that cue ball to the 4.
Probably going to be a relatively easy hit because he can kick off this bottom rail at a full ball. So one would think he would get a hit on this.
I think he called it in the upper right-hand corner.
He sure did. And right back against that 4 ball.
That's really, he was more playing safe.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
He calls it just in case it goes in, but.
For sure. Well, he would have had, looks like he would have had some shape on the 3 ball had that ball actually gone in. Remember earlier, few shots ago, Jason took an intentional foul to push that 9 ball up toward the 3 ball. What does he do here?
I remember watching a video one time, and Grady Matthews said, if you gotta commit a foul, do it gracefully, you know. And he was showing like some
Is he
ways
gonna
to
try to slide this cue ball? He tried to. I think he tried to reverse cut it, and well, that 2 ball does not go.
No, it's nestled right up against the 6. These guys are going to keep.
That 2 ball does not want to cooperate with these guys. It just keeps wanting to stick to other balls. Does not look like he went over and looked, I think, at the carom off the 6 for the opposite corner pocket. But from our vantage point here, it does not look like that is on. So. They're just going to keep.
Just trying to contain each other right now. I think. I don't know if
2
it goes
balls
by the 6 now.
If it does, it's very tight. Yeah, I mean, he might have half a pocket there, but I don't think so. And remember, that 3 ball's sitting in sort of a wonky spot with that 9 ball. You got to sort of get just the right angle on that 3 ball, so it's not one you really want to cut it super thin and just let the cue ball run.
No, I think we'll be looking at another safety here.
The question is, how does he do it? Might make some sense to try to get the 2 ball up table some, so you can have some shape on the 3 ball, but
Oh, Well, we know he didn't want to do that.
No, that was not plan A, that is for sure. Or plan B, probably, for that matter. I'll tell you, though, that shape from the 3 to the 4, that's going to be tricky. And he's got to get just right on the 3 to begin with.
Yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done in this rack.
He can run it around 4 rails.
That's what he's looking.
Yeah, he'll have to. Spin her around, load it up with running English, and the old safety.
Safety.
That actually was a pretty smart shot because now the 3 ball is up on the same side as the 4 and the 5 and the 6. So that was.
He didn't like the angle he had to go 4 rails around, and he wasn't going to get great shape on the 4.
I can't really believe him. It was sitting so funny.
The 4 is tough when it's on the rail in the center of the rail. That's a tough ball to get on.
Yes, it is.
I call it a 2-diamond ball. It's tough.
Boy, just even if he can't pocket the ball, so just trying to look to hit it and fall someplace that it's not selling out. And he found a way to make his life, Mitch's
hit it
life,
and
a lot harder. So. Oh, he's not going to try to pocket this.
No,
he's
going to play safe. And that's a good one. You can see none of the 3.
Yeah, he'll have to come rail first, probably off the top rail. What is our top rail?
If you're looking to pop, I would come down between the 9 and the 10. Okay, yeah, okay.
Well, I wasn't sure. I mean,
if you're going to try to
pocket it, or you're just going to play it safe.
Yeah.
Because the balls are so wide open at this point. If you don't get a good hit, it's over. So, I think neither one of them really kind of want to blink, so they don't want to be the first to blink.
He's gonna play safe.
Hard to tell if the 3 ball's frozen. Neither player has.
Apparently it's not.
It looks like it's off a little bit.
Yeah, apparently it's not because they've checked a couple times.
He's gonna shoot. Yeah, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it.
Got it.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, what a shot. That was a nice shot. He is absolutely pretty much dead flat on this 4 ball, so he's going to kind of roll it forward a little bit.
Nicely done. I don't see any problems from here.
No, looks like this
Jason will
could even up the match.
Yep.
Oh,
unless he dogs a ball.
It was he was just slightly off angle. He was cutting it just enough that I think he was worried about holding it.
You just don't see these guys miss balls like that, though.
No. I think he was thinking about holding it, and he undercut it just a little bit.
Wow, he thinned that one nicely.
Didn't hook him, though. And at least not entirely. He may have.
He looks like you can see about a half a ball.
Yeah. Trying to get behind the 6 and does not quite get there. But that 9-10 is pretty tight up. No, can't tell if that combo goes or not.
Looks like it might be lined up pretty nice.
Certainly does.
They're frozen.
And wow.
Might go into it right here. And he did.
It was a nice shot. Well, that cue ball,
All right, so Mitch takes a 2-0 lead.
that cue ball hits the 6 ball. It could, how many times you do that where it could hit just a little bit on either side and
Yep.
get shape and it hits right in the middle.
Yep.
In this case, it worked out great for him because that combo was.
You can't get behind a ball if you run into it, you know.
Using the magic rack, the 2 ball and the 3 ball have to be in the corners. Doesn't matter which corner they're in. 1 ball in front. Well, that sure looked like it was going to be 1-1 there for a minute, didn't it?
Well, it should have been. Jason's probably not too happy with himself right now.
How much do you really think it affects these? I mean, seriously, like how much do you think it really affects these players? Do they remember shots like that for very long?
You know what? I think it depends. He's not thinking about it right now. But if he loses this match,
Oh, that'll definitely be one he'll go back for sure.
Yeah.
But
if he wins the match, nah, he won't.
Lesser players, something like that could put you on tilt for, maybe the rest of the match.
Yeah.
But these guys, they've
think
learned to move past it.
Yeah, pretty short memory here. He rolled that in. He's got a nice angle to shoot the 3 and get up above the 4. He's got some traffic here, but it's workable.
I think it's just a matter of getting just the right angle on those balls. He doesn't really want to move them. They're sitting in such a...
Right. They all go, so he doesn't want to move them. And he's got a nice angle here now. I think he can shoot the 4 and come out, get between the 6 and the 9 for the 5. Just like that.
Well, he'll play the 7. I think he'll play the 7 down into the far corner. Make the 6 ball here and then just come over to our left side. Play the 7 ball in the far corner, probably.
Oh, nicely done.
This is very similar to that shot that he missed the last game. Very similar.
Yeah, but he's not going to be trying to hold the cue ball.
No, because
I think he'll just bump the 8.
Well, he doesn't even have to. I think he can just draw past it and play the 8 in the side. He does elect to go into the 8.
Now he's kind of on the 50.
Yeah. This is entirely player preference here. Which way he's going to go. This time to the left.
Most players cut balls better one way than they do the other.
Well, sure. Right-handed, left-handed, there are good sides and bad sides. So, makes a lot of sense. As a right-handed player, he's wants to cut it to the left.
Well, you can see your ball and the pocket. The other way, you're kind of looking away from the pocket.
I suppose it also depends on your dominant eye. There's all kinds of philosophies about that whole thing. So
both these guys look to be right-eye dominant.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll see them with their head stuck way out over the cue.
Jason with that stance where his chin right down over the cue.
All right, so Jason gets on the board, cuts the lead in half to 2-1.
Mike Massey in
And
the
it's his
house.
break. Yep, he just took a seat there.
Might see him possibly stream during the 9-ball. It's possible.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he wasn't here in the 10-ball, but he's arrived for the 9-ball.
Always fun to see those Hall of Fame players play. Well, Jason's been using kind of control break, cue ball stopping right in the middle up around the second diamond. He's had a little bit of bad luck in earlier matches with it getting kicked around, but let's see what he elects to do here. Gets kicked again, but comes right back out nicely to the middle of the table. Well, that 1 ball's not in a friendly place.
Just about everybody now, though, breaks them. Well, the way Shane started breaking up in the center of the,
Right, yep.
just off center. Either to the right or the left.
Use just that little bit of like elbow drop as you come up, and
Yep.
I've seen it on YouTube many times.
Bring that cue ball back.
We hit that pretty nice
safety there.
I see an airborne attempt here, possibly.
Well, Mitch brings his shooting cue initially to the table. But I've got a feeling we're going to see him go to the jump cue. Unless he can kick like between the 7 and the 3 there.
I don't think so. I mean, he would have to masse it just to get it around the 8-ball.
No. I said like kick to the side
Oh,
rail.
I see what you're saying.
Just below the.
It looks like he is going to mass it around the 8-ball and try to come out there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to curve around.
Called it in the side pocket. He's going to try to come on the back side of it. They got a good hit on it. And
yeah. He's left a combination.
And the 1 ball, that's the part.
It'll be going over towards the 6.
Yeah, it will.
So that's what Jason's looking at now.
Looks like pretty much if he just hits it at regular speed, that should come out all right. And I think he hit it a little harder than he probably wanted to. Still has a combination, though.
Yeah, I don't.
Hit a little hard, I think.
I don't think he wanted the cue ball quite all the way across there. Nicely done. Well, now he's just got to get on this 5.
I think he's going to stay on the high side of that. On the high side of that 5. Because I don't think he wants to get up and try to flirt with that 6-9 at all. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to stay on the high side.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit.
But he does.
I was going to say, he had quite a bit of angle. I wasn't sure. Now he's getting shoot the 5. The 7 comes down into the lower left-hand corner. Follow down for the 8 in the lower right. That was the tough shot. Now he's just
for sure. I mean, this one.
Now he's just got to
in a way,
stay in line.
You really only have to kind of cinch this ball because the 7-ball sitting should be pretty.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, pretty natural shape.
Yep, just follow forward for the 8.
Jason trying to tie this match up at 2 games apiece. Jason just broke, so he's okay. I mean, he'd rolled further than he wanted to for sure, but
Yeah, he went a little further than he
he can
wanted, but
still cut it in the side, come off the top rail, just back out to the middle of the table. He might, that come out far enough. He might consider playing the corner, but I think just
yeah, I think he
drawing
was,
this to
but
the top rail,
yeah,
drawing this to the top rail and just back out kind of to the middle is.
he's worried about running into the 10.
Yeah, that's a funny angle. That is
But
a
he's
funny
kind of going
angle.
towards the side pocket if he plays it down in the corner.
The natural angles he wants to, the natural angle would carry him into the 10.
Yeah. It's that, he's got that funny angle and he's not laughing though.
No. Might even try to load this up with reverse and cut the 9 in and reverse out the top rail. Yep, that's exactly what he did.
That was beautiful.
That's exactly the way I would have done it.
Is it? That's why you're sitting up here. I always said, just for like one time, I'd like to be able to play to the level of my knowledge,
Well, I don't think I've ever missed a shot from this seat. I can tell you that.
No, these guys, boy, they miss balls all the time. We never miss it. Got about a 1200 Fargo up here in the booth.
Playing 10 ball on a 7-foot table is a very different game, isn't it? Than a 9-foot table.
Yeah. You get a few more clusters,
When you have to navigate angles, so much more carefully, I think even.
Well,
Oh, that was a great break there.
Mitch finally got balls to go on the break.
Yep. And the 2 ball, does not go clear, but it's pretty nice combo sitting there.
The 9 and 10 are kind of funny, but the
those
8's
are
right
sitting a
there
little funny.
the 8's sitting right there to separate them. He'll shoot the 2-3 combination.
Well, and the 7 is sitting in such a way that it's close enough to the pocket. You should be able to get a nice angle to shoot that 8 ball to break those out, to kind of nudge those out.
Yeah. He's on the 5, good.
Kind of shook his head a little bit there. I'm not exactly sure if that
Well,
got
I think
straighter
he's
than he
about an
wanted
inch and a
to.
quarter off from where he wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys. Oh, well, he went
that was
into
a nice shot. He's like, I'm not using the 8 ball to do that. I want to take care of that problem even before we get down there.
I like that, though. If you can, don't break out. You don't want to be shooting a ball and breaking out your next ball that you have to shoot.
Pretty much a stop shot almost. Oh, he wants to draw it on to the other side. He won't even mess with the angle at all.
Seeing Mitch play the 9 and 10 like that. I used to play a guy. He would have shot the 9 and put reverse English to get it all the way back over across the table, so he didn't have to walk around there.
I remember when I was a kid, One of the first pool videos I ever saw was of Minnesota Fats, and he decided he did a video, and he's like, I don't feel like walking around today, so he run a rack of 9-ball. I think he moved a foot during the entire run. The cue
Yeah.
ball kept coming right down, and I was just, as a kid, I was just, well, even now I'm impressed, but as a kid, I was just like, how does he do that?
Well, and really, it's pretty impressive when you think you can get the cue ball to keep coming back around.
Now, you talk about some vintage recordings. Just a little while ago, I watched something with Minnesota Fats, and you know, Howard Cosell was doing the announcing, and
Oh, yeah, it was on Wide World of Sports.
that's
I
right,
remember that.
with Mr. Mosconi himself.
Yep, yep.
Then now that was some great stuff there. Much more entertainment based than it was really like
yeah, those.
great technical play. But
Just don't have those kind of personality. Well,
well, I mean that was a big deal, back, Yeah, you're right. It's just not the same like that.
see,
I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's not the same
Mm.
as that anymore. Eh, Cue ball pretty well controlled. He has an open shot at the one.
Yep.
Nothing sitting too
The
bad.
3 and the 6 if the 3 goes past the
It
6,
does
it's
both to both pockets.
then
Yeah, it's sitting
yes.
pretty good.
I don't think the 4 is on the point. It looks like it's off the point a little bit. So,
It is.
yeah, so he's good there.
I think the shape to that next ball, the 2 ball, is really this is a key shot here. Nicely done.
The 3 to the 4 is going to be because he's got to get above.
Well, he can make that 4 from a lot of places, I think. It's a pretty accessible ball. More accessible than I think the angle looks on the monitor.
Okay. Almost looked like to me he needed to be up there between the rail and the 10.
I think from my angle, as I look out the window, the 4 ball is almost fully in front of the pocket. It does not appear that way on the screen, but
Okay, yeah, he's looking to see if he can make it from. Yeah, if he can make it from there, it's going to be pretty easy.
he's given it some thought, though. He does not want to let Mitch back to the table with a chance to go up by 2 games.
No, the deeper we get into the match, the more important it is to hold your serve when the game's on your break.
He's relatively flat on the 3 ball. I don't know if he's going to try to. I don't know if he's going to try to bring it out too far down the table.
No, I think he'll come out to like where his hand was, just
Out to the spot, maybe. We'll see.
or like a little short of that.
Oh,
Well, no.
he did decide, and look at this. I think he hit it too hard.
I think he's got it.
Boy, that's got to be tight. That 10 ball.
I was going to say the 10 is the only thing that would make it iffy.
Oh, he does. He's not. You can tell by Mitch's expression that he got it. So that was good. I mean, kind of a calculated risk, though, wasn't it? I mean,
Well,
he could have. There
was
was
a heck of a
chance,
shot. Yeah, that was a heck of a shot.
I think most of us would have just took the safer play and just kind of floated it, to somewhere around the spot and played the 4 and come back up with a 5. But the confidence to execute that, it was great.
Well, when you play pool for a living, you know, you learn to make those pretty quick or you don't eat.
Looks pretty bang bang from here. Got about a half ball cut. I think he'll bring this out. Does he
Yeah,
try
I
to
think he'll go
come out 2 rails?
2 rails around, yeah, to the center of the table for the. He'll play the 9 and the 10 in the same pocket.
He's going to kind of draw just a little bit, I think, here.
Just like so. He's.
Yeah, he hit it a little harder than I think he
Yeah,
would have.
he went a little further. He's not happy.
Well, has to maybe put a little draw in this other corner pocket.
Yeah, he'll put a little. He just didn't want to be up against the rail. He's fine.
Hit that very nicely. He kind of
All
looks
right,
at Mitch,
so
gives a little shake of his head, but
3-3.
nevertheless, it is 3-3. It's the 24th annual U.S. Bar Table Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez in the booth with Brett Baker, and we're enjoying a match with Mitch Ellerman and Jason Klatt. As you can see, the Fargo rate, pretty close match here as far as their ratings are concerned, and the percentages are reflecting that.
It's been a day of pretty good matches. Good pool today.
Absolutely.
And after this, at 7 p.m., we'll have the winner of this match playing Vinny Calabrese. And then at 8:30 local time, we'll have the hot seat match is Shane Van Boning and Skylar Woodward.
That's one you're not going to want to miss.
That'll be fun. There was a guy earlier, he's like, well, I've got something I got to do that's going to go till 9 o'clock. He goes, maybe I'll come over afterwards and catch the end of that. And I said, well,
By that time,
if you
might
get
not
here.
be much left to see. Those guys, they don't waste too much time. They don't waste too much time playing 10.
I said, if you're not done till 9, you're not going to get here till like 9:30. You're going to get here in time to go, wow, you should have seen that match. It was awesome. He goes, yeah, mate, you're right.
Isn't this an amazing world we live in today now, though, with you can watch pool on the internet, a pool tournament all the way halfway around the world
Yeah.
in your pajamas. How about that?
Watch it on your phone. So I told him, I said, he's like a pool league or something. I said, just get the pay-per-view, watch it on your phone.
I don't think it's the shape from the 1 to the 2 that he's that worried about. I think it's 2 to the 3 that he's really trying to figure out how he wants to play that.
Yeah. Well, the 2 lays in kind of a funny place there. Does it go past the 6?
I'm not really sure why.
Can he cut it in the side?
He must be able to play it in the side, right? I don't know if that goes by that. That's got to be awfully close to that 6.
Okay.
And he is not happy. Did not hit that. He didn't
boy.
scratch, but
Okay, neither one of them are happy there. Mitch is
Well-
like, how did that not scratch?
well, the 3 10 combo is...
Yeah, I don't think he's passing this one up.
Nope. Well, he has to shoot it. Or maybe not.
He's shooting it. But he's missed it. Combinations are never...
Well, those are never a given.
Well, part of that is he just went too far. He was cutting the 3 back into the...
Yeah, he did not have a good angle to be able to see the
Yeah.
combination from there. We were talking about that left, right?
Right,
You know,
yep.
being on the left side, right side. And that time he was cutting in such a way that made the combination much harder.
Mitch just put that on a string and he yanked it back. Okay.
He hit that one with some power, though.
Okay.
Wow.
He could have drawn the ball like 18 inches and been right where he is now. Instead, he drew it.
Caught just a little
12
piece
feet.
of that ball down table.
He drew it
and
like
that
12 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing safe.
Oh, that's going to be...
And it's...
Oh, he left it in the ball, the edge of the ball, I think. If not, at least he can come off the rail and
Yeah.
hit it.
Mitch rolled that about 3 inches too far.
Or if he gets over where the 9 ball is, maybe, 3 inches too far or 3 inches not far enough.
I would have wanted to stick him just right behind the 8.
So what place is this match for?
5th, 6th.
5th, 6th?
Mary Keniston just walked in the room.
I think there'd be a frickin' sign in this place telling where the tournament is. Maybe the security doesn't know you're here.
Well, Mitch came around nice for that. 5 ball. I don't see any problems here.
No, pretty straightforward, I think, from here, you would think. Come back out, try to get an angle from the 8 to the 9. How does he do this? Does he reverse it, or does he come
Yeah, I
and
think
come
he shoots
straight
it
back
with some,
out?
he'll shoot with some inside English. Just like that. Just come straight across the table.
Very nicely done there.
And Mitch Ellerman takes a 4-3 lead.
Well, I just had a feeling before this match even started, very similar ratings, and you never know how these things are going to go as far as how a ball is going to roll or
Yeah.
something off the break, but you just had a sense from the beginning this was going to be a tight match. And indeed it has been. Has a player had more than a 2-game lead? I don't believe so
Today?
in this match.
Oh, no, not in this match. It was 2-0, and then it was 2-2, and we've traded back and forth ever since then. Oh, I thought you were asking about today. I'm like,
Oh, no,
well, our
no.
very first match of the day.
Well, that was a doozy, wasn't it? He was down 6 to 1.
Oscar was down
6 to 1 in a
1.
race to 7.
Came back and tied up hill, and then lost.
And then lost the final. Oh, gosh. But there were some amazing shots in that match. That was
Oh, my goodness.
unbelievable.
That was probably the match of the tournament.
We do have a dandy still coming up tonight, though, with Shane Van Boning and also Skylar Woodward.
You know, a lot of times those matchups don't live up to their billing, though. It's like one guy gets on a roll or a couple bad rolls for somebody, and where I think it was this last year at Turning Stone, they were playing winter breaks, and Jason Shaw and Shane played for the hot seat, and Jason runs over him like 9-2. And somebody goes, "See, I told you that Jason Shaw is better than." And I said, "That can happen."
That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
And then in the finals, it was like an extended race to 13, and
Well,
Shane.
he doesn't come over far enough for the 4.
No, he didn't. And Shane did the same thing to Jason. He just ran over. You know, you just start putting packages together, and
Oh, Jason is very unhappy, I think, that he ended up there.
yeah.
What do you think? Do you go for? I don't think you go for the bank shot. It's a tough cut. I don't even know if he can cut it. He probably can.
Well, he's going. He's looking.
But you
at
got to really fly the cue ball in this one.
I don't know that there's a good safe. I mean, you could try to put the 4 down behind the 10, but
Well, sometimes a safety, the risk reward of a shot outweighs the safety,
Right.
or vice versa. Just
he's gonna play safe now. Well, he's okay.
No, he left it for
No,
him.
he left it. I didn't think the 4 was gonna pop out like that.
Yeah, he wanted the 4 ball much more over where
He was
he
trying to
wanted
get
on the
behind.
left side of the 10 ball.
Yeah, he wanted to get him behind the 6 and the 9, but that was a tough safety. You know, do you sell out trying to win, or do you sell out trying not to lose? And these guys are usually pretty good at weighing risk and reward.
Absolutely.
Especially if they play any one pocket, which I know Mitch does. I'm sure Jason. He's just not known as a one pocket player.
Well, Mitch don't waste much time, and boy, unfortunately, he got up there, and that's one I think he'd like to have back.
Yeah, you just don't see. He's missed a couple balls like that this match. But you know, he works a full-time job now. He's not just a pool player like a lot of these guys. And that does have an effect on a guy.
Oh yeah, evens it up.
Yep, Jason says, "Thank you for that gift."
Well, I think the bulk of people can probably understand that. You work full time and try to keep your pool game up at the same time. That is not an easy task.
No, not when you're playing against guys who, they wake up and they go to the pool hall.
Players. Yeah, world-class players. That's what they do.
Even in your local town, most towns have people that all they do is play pool.
And he does not make a ball again. But he does not leave him a straight shot at the 1, which I think is Jason thinking about the old jump shot or masse possibilities. That's a lot of ball to try to get around for a masse.
Yeah.
Going airborne here.
Yeah, you just got to jump over the edge.
The rack is pretty open. I mean, there's not a lot of balls that are tied up here. They're all pretty accessible.
Yeah, the problem is he's cutting this one end on
The
a
cue
jump
ball's going to
shot,
go up table probably from.
he just doesn't. Yeah, he'd
From
like
the
to
two
not
ball.
run into the 5 or the 10. And he ran into the 5.
Well, what do
Had
you
he
do
been able to
here?
get past that 5, I think cue ball might have came back up and gave him a better shot.
Try to back cut the 2 into the top left or top right
That's
pocket.
about all he's got. I don't.
He's not calling anything, so you would think that means he would be shooting straight at the 2 straight in.
Well, I knew he wasn't getting down to actually shoot there. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's looking. Jason's not one to just get down and fire away at a tough shot like that.
Mitch Ellerman ready to face off here.
Mitch wins the leg.
I'm Gennaro Vasquez, joined by Brett Baker in the booth. This is a race to 7 alternate break format.
I believe this is a 5th, 6th place match. The winner of this match will play Vinny Calabrese, who defeated Sean Wilkie in our last 5th, 6th match, just before this one.
Been some great action so far.
We've had some good matches today. Well, as I remember, Mitch had a little trouble with the break yesterday. Let's see what.
Does not pocket a ball.
Comes up dry on his first one, but he has not left a good shot on the 1.
This is. I'm not even sure he can hit the 1 clean, to be honest. But even if he can do that, well, I don't know.
I got a feeling he'll kick in to the top rail. And
yeah, there's a chance. I mean, he could play the 2 ball, come off the rail, and come off the 1.
But where's the 1 going?
Well, yeah.
You're going to have to shoot
Correct.
it next.
It's going to go up somewhere between the 10 and the 8 probably if he would do that. Probably more toward the 10. But
put it this way, I'd rather have Jason Klatt shooting this shot than me.
Well, these guys don't exactly wing balls too often. So
no, they don't.
I think he called a ball there. I'm
If he
going
called
to guess
a
the
ball,
2
it's
ball
gotta
because
be
it's
the
not
2.
the 1 ball would not go.
No, the 2's the only.
So
ball.
squeeze it off the rail, off the 1 into the 2. Yep.
And he got the cue ball and the 1 ball out of there. He may.
Does the 1 ball?
I don't
Boy,
believe it.
that is a.
I don't believe it does.
Well, we'll know in a minute here.
If it passes, he'll shoot it between the 10 and the 9. But if it doesn't,
There can't be a lot of space there. If there's space, there can't be a lot of space there.
I usually try to read my opponent. I was trying to read his face, and Jason may have played poker before because he's not.
Yeah, he's not giving up too much here, is he? He's lining up on it. I haven't heard him call anything other than
right,
the 1,
so it must pass. Yeah,
oof.
Really clipped the 10.
Well, that was a weird shot because you kind of cutting, trying to cut it between those balls and maybe half pocket. A certainly makeable shot for these guys, but it was not necessarily that easy.
Oh, Mitch jaws the 1. Well, this is a little bit of a staggering out of the gates here.
I see a kick shot in the near future. 1 rail, maybe he'll go to that 2nd rail on this bottom rail to pocket it. That would be my guess. He's going to try to do that. Whatever is the case, he wants to kind of get back out to the middle of the table, at least for the 3 ball. Oh, wow.
Well, he missed.
Jason getting ready to rack the balls here. Looks like Mitch has not
Game
yet
number
returned to the
10.
table.
Yeah, they both ran to the restroom. Wash your hands, face, start over.
So we have the 9-ball action starting tomorrow.
Yep, 9-ball starts tomorrow, and the 10-ball finals will be tomorrow.
Then the 8-ball action starts on Thursday, I believe.
Yes.
Lots of great action for you to be able to watch from the Westgate here in Las Vegas. Hello, I'm Gennaro Vasquez. I'm joined in the booth at this time by Brett Baker. Well, both players breaking about even. I think the break has been about even. They've both.
Yeah. Jason may have a slight edge in the breaking department in this match, but he's just waiting for Mitch to come back right now. And here he comes.
Uses that same kind of compact break that Shane does. You start off sort of compact and then open up as you.
Well, nothing goes down. Long shot on the 1.
Yeah, not the easiest shot to begin with, but
Well, the 2 and the 3 are laying.
he might even want to
He'll probably go into the.
try to brush them. The 1-ball is a little bit more further forward than the
Can't
2
tell if
and
the
the
2.
3.
The 2 may pass the 3. I know the 3 would, or the 2 would come down to this lower right.
Right, the 2-ball would go where the cue ball is now, down in
Yeah.
that corner.
I don't know if it goes in the upper left where he's going to shoot this 1 ball.
I believe it would. I'm not sure what he's. Oh, he's coming back across just to try to play the 2-ball up into the lower right corner here.
That's the kind of creativity you get to see, you know.
Well, just the sheer confidence. I mean, how easy did
Yeah.
he make that shot look? I
Right.
mean, that was not an easy shot.
This is tough. Here he's jacking up full length to the table, and he's missed it.
And that ball is going to go in the hole. So, technically, that's an illegally pocketed ball because he did not call it in the pocket he was trying for. So, if it was a different situation, Jason has the option of either playing it from where it is or he could turn it back.
He could
to
pass
Mitch.
his shot back to Mitch,
But I don't think he.
No.
I have a distinct feeling that he's not going to do that in this case.
No, he's not going to do that.
Oh, 10-ball is a game that is, it's amazing that it's not played in as many places as you might think. It's not as common in some states and areas as a lot of the other games.
No, and I can remember when it wasn't a part of the U.S. bar table. It used to just be 8-ball and 9-ball.
Taking a good hard look at this. At that 6-ball over there.
But I would say that 10-ball is probably my favorite game to play. I like rotation, but I don't like the luck that 9-ball.
9-ball, right? The slop, is makes it a good game in some situations, but for the most part, I understand your sentiment on that.
Yeah, I think, especially at this level, 10-ball is definitely the better game. But
Does he try to bump the 8-ball loose, or does just kind of
I
float
think he
toward
can just
the rail?
Yeah, I think he'll just float to the rail. Oh, no, he's
Well, I think he wanted to bump it out because he had to go to the
Yeah.
opposite rail for the 9. So that's a tough spot.
This is a tough shot here.
That is a
He's
tough
pretty
spot.
close to that 8 ball. And any
Might just
mistake now could be, I mean,
try to push it to the center diamond on the bottom rail here.
he does not want to let Mitch to the table, I guarantee you.
If he does play safety, you have to be very careful how you do it, because if you overhit the ball or underhit the ball, you're going to sell out.
Well, if Mitch wins this game, he's on the hill. So it's crucial, whatever you do, that
I
it's
think
a
he's going to
success.
push it to the middle on the. Oh, he went for the
he-
shot. Nice shot. Wow.
Wow.
How good was that? Mitch from the seat even was like, good shot.
Yeah, I mean, it was. And you could tell how great it was as the crowd went wild.
I heard some clicks out there.
Pool is just you look out there and the guy makes a great shot and everyone just sits there and just nods their head.
You kind of wonder if
Bye,
part of
bye.
that is not, just sort of they don't want to, disrupt the game, or
Yeah,
they
that's-
think they're supposed to. It's not a library though. I mean, they could, they could make a little bit of noise.
It amazes me sometimes. A guy will just make a world beat, one of the greatest shots you've ever seen, and people just kind of sit there like, wow, nice shot.
Absolutely.
Whereas, if it was a basketball game or even a golf tournament,
Oh,
the
yeah,
crowds
yeah.
are just going wild. But the players don't. I mean, you didn't see
Yeah, he's not jumping around
Jason-
waving his cue, whooping.
Jason cut that 8 ball in. He wasn't like pumping his fist and walking around
You know
the
what
table.
we need in pool to raise a we need like group celebrations like they have in the NFL now, where they play duck duck goose or something like that after they make a good shot. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I got a feeling that's the kind of stuff we'll see in the Moscone Cup next year, way things are going.
Do a little
If you could get the Moscone Cup atmosphere at every pool tournament.
do a little touchdown dance every time you win a game.
I don't know. Part of me was like, act like you've won a game before, When you've won the match, that's good. Every game, come on. Yeah, he'll cut this 2 in the side, and he's looking to. Let's make sure he's not hooked on the 6 or gets behind the 8.
He's just gonna play this 2, roll off the 4, and try to
That was very
kinda
nicely done.
hold it. No, that 4 ball. Is that on the point? I can't.
No,
tell if
no,
that's on the
it
point or
looks like
not.
it's a little off. I think he's okay. He's got a little angle here, though. He's gonna have to go. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
well, he still worked it out though, because that 5 balls.
I thought he'd go below the 7 and back out for the 4.
That probably is what he was. It's hard to know.
Keep coming.
Sure made
Came up
it-
a little short here, but
Made it look smooth, whatever he was doing there. So, but yeah, he's got a little bit of a cut here, doesn't he?
amazing how many times on that shot they do come up a little short.
He's gonna have to probably come and play this on the what is our side of the ball here for the 7. Yep, that's exactly what he does. Yep.
Shot that nice. Now
Well,
he
the
can
good
just
thing is
follow forward.
he can just kind of cinch this a little bit because the 8 ball is sitting right in the middle. Didn't have to do too much with it, luckily.
Nope. And Mitch is going to look to go to the hill first.
So the winner of this match plays Vincent
Vinny Calabrese.
Vinny Calabrese.
This match is running a little.
Well, we're going deep in the count here, as Joey
Yep.
say. So
This match ends up going hill. We might be right at 7 o'clock.
well, we certainly appreciate you coming along here, CueSports International, at the 24th Annual U.S. Bar Table Championships. Jason Klatt versus Mitch Ellerman. Mitch to the hill first, but Jason says, I'm breaking. Try to even this match up.
You know, I'm at tournaments all over the country, but this is one of my favorites. This one and of course, Derby City. I really enjoy seeing these guys play top-level pool on the bar tables.
Well, and I know there's an argument about all of that, but I think you're right. I think it's something that is interesting because it's what most league players play on. So it's
Yeah.
something also that, what can be done on this table. I play
Right.
leagues on every Wednesday night.
Generally, if I'm watching pool on YouTube, going back, I'm looking for bar table 8-ball.
He's hit that a little
Came
too
out,
hard.
yep. He's left Jason a 1-6 combination here.
Well, with the pro cut pockets, it's makes all
And
combos a little funny.
yeah. And at this event, the 8-ball division is definitely my favorite. I think to me that's one of the funnest things to watch the pros play 8-ball on a bar table. It's a little tougher than it is on the 9-foot.
And looks like the 1 ball goes. Just kind of come out the end rail and play the 2 ball into the other corner. Or
Well, he's gonna play
combination.
the 2-5 combination. Just wants to make sure this 2 doesn't get funny. Okay, went in. He's good on the 3.
Just sort of looks like as long as he keeps the cue ball in the middle of the table, he can pretty much make every ball.
Yep, I don't see any problems here. Could be looking at a hill match with Mitch Ellerman will be breaking.
See Shane Van Boning in the wings, waiting.
Yeah, he probably came down to He'll probably hit some balls. He's got an 8:30 match tonight.
Watching Jason Klatt
He was
pull
probably,
this match even 6-6.
knowing Shane, he's probably like wanting to get on this table and hit a few breaks. Just,
You would think so, but I don't think that's going to happen. There's another
no.
match coming up here pretty quick.
Yeah, right after this. So, unless that match gets done early. But
So it's Hill now, 6-6. Mitch has had a couple of breaks where he hasn't made any balls. Does he stick with the same break? Does he change the speed a little bit, maybe?
I'm sure that those thoughts are running through his head the whole time Jason was running that rack. Is like, how am I going to hit this break? What am I going to do? Here we go. He needs a good one. He got it a little harder.
He let it go. And nothing.
Well, at least he didn't scratch.
And the one ball's hooked. So
Yep, the good news is he didn't leave a wide open one ball.
Jason
And
gives a
Jason's
little
like,
hand flip like this.
why couldn't that have scratched?
Or why couldn't that have rolled out just a little bit more so I could make the one ball? It's a fairly straight shot, but he's got to jump like half a ball here. You would think he'd have a shot on the two ball coming up next.
Well, he looks to be changing shafts on his break cue.
Yeah, sometimes when he's
See
done
more and
full
more of
table
these guys.
sometimes when he does full table kicks, he's been using a full cue because he doesn't. The challenge here is really getting the ball like up fast. It's
Right.
just hitting it more accurate, which you can do. I think,
Right.
with the full
Nice.
cue.
I've noticed like Oscar and Skyler, a lot of
Yeah.
these guys are starting to hit more full
How
cue.
good did he hit that one?
Oh, I think he's hooked behind the 3.
I don't think so. I think he's got it.
And just maybe around the edge there.
Well, he can
He
definitely,
looks-
if nothing else, he can curve it just a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
But that 3 ball's on the other end of the table again.
He's got to go up and back down.
Yeah, and there's a lot of traffic in between.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
I think he can hit it straight on.
He wants to get to about center table. He's okay.
It's a little
He's just
nudge
fine.
off the 7, but
Yeah, if I was him, I wouldn't want to run into any more balls. Here they all go. Comes out for the 4 on the side.
probably try and draw it back for the 5 in the corner. Much like that, create that
Yeah.
downward angle for the 6 ball. Just draw it back, shoot 6 in the same corner.
Just perfect. I don't see any problems here. If he gets good on the 8 ball.
I think both players are going to look back on this match and think of opportunities that
Yeah.
they had.
Yeah, they both had some missed opportunities. But they both played some high-level pool, too.
Absolutely. There were some phenomenal shots, and they really let out their stroke in a lot of the shots, too.
Looks like he'll play all 3 of these balls into the same bucket.
No, Mitch Ellerman gave it a heck of a go. He got to the hill first,
And
and that's the match.
All right, folks. A Hill Thriller. Thanks for joining us. In just a few minutes, we'll have the 4th place match with Jason Klatt and Vinny Calabrese coming right up.